Hi, this is Kunal from Finna, and I want to talk about an experience that we had and why I think new is not always better in terms of what you're doing. So if you're running if you're running a guest house, a PG, a service apartment, a budget hotel in India or anywhere in developing APAC, you will obviously be having accounting issues. And this is one of the things that was a big problem for us for a long time in Perch. So we grew Perch from from scratch to about 15 crores of revenue per annum now. And we've also built Finner to help other business owners do the same. Now, in in the property space, because it is so complicated, you're always looking for more efficiencies, right? You would generally have either accounting, and because accounting is becoming more and more complex, the four key choices broadly that people have, one is Excel. You could just use plain Excel, right? And I think till about whatever, till about till about $2,000 or 2 lakh rupees or something, $5,000 maybe. That's fine, but you will outgrow that very fast. The second thing that you will go for is probably, and this is you know is Tally, which is pretty popular in India, and it's pretty good. The third, I think, choice which is coming up in India is Zoho. So I think Zoho is also pretty good because it does integrate and has Zoho books. It's got an awesome system where you can integrate with your banks and you can fetch all. And the fourth choice is other overseas platforms, let's say like QuickBooks or Zero. Now, my choice, I mean, we've kind of gone through all of them, and you will start here. So this is the first thing that you will do. You'll outgrow this within 6 to 12 months. Then I mean, that's what we did. We outgrew it within a couple of years. Then you would obviously move on to Tally, which will probably see you through for the next few years. Then you'll think about efficiency, and you might start looking at something like this. But I think one of the key things that I discovered is that these overseas platforms are a terrible choice in terms of India, because I mean, we've already seen QuickBooks exiting India. So they're a very bad choice, because one is, all the rules are not there. I mean, they're global, so they don't have a focus on it. So that leaves you essentially with two choices: Tally or Zoho Books. And having worked with both, I think Zoho Books is pretty awesome if you do have a very small team. If you do have a small team of one person, you're doing it yourself. Again, this is probably one. This is the next level of evolution. But I think Tally will remain the key player just because they're so up to date. The second is, you've got a very large workforce of accounting firms and junior accountants who know Tally. Third is, I think, it's got all the rules and regulations in it. Fourth, I think it's also very adaptable for businesses, service businesses like hotels, guest houses, service apartment, just because you can create so many of those, the systems and the way it works in terms of vouchers, in terms of expense heads. I think Tally is a really, really good solution. It will. One of the key problems has always been that you can't get information as easily, like you can't just log in. But I think that's fine. You can have a weekly. What we do is we have a weekly finance report, which is just an output. So I think you need to get in as a business owner. You really need to get into Tally. You really need to understand the way it's set up. You need to understand how the GST reporting is happening, what the profitability per. So if you've got a multi property business, you need to set up each business separately, and you need to look at the profitability of each of them as well as the cash flow, and you get a weekly report. I think the other great thing is Tally has standardized output. So the GST report that we have, so in Finner we actually get the GST report. So GST and invoices, we can simply input them directly into the Finner system. So it goes in, and the workload is like, you can do it in like 5% of the time that used to take. So we've been able to integrate with Tally, and I think the experience is great. Most businesses, unless and until they reach a phenomenal scale, like 100, 200 crores, where they have their own accounting department, I think for them Tally is a great choice. And I would go to the extent of saying that probably Zoho Books is a close second, but I think you will be better served with this. Thanks a lot, Kunal. And I speak from some experience of having gone through all of them, having had the wrong sort of experiences. So that's my two bits on this particular topic. Thanks a lot, Kunal.